Despite all the hiccups that we had at the beginning,
Sorry,
welcome
viewers.
back to the pit with Caught in a Mosh Cast. We are here today, besides all the bullshit, with Ridiculous Nicholas. That's hard to say for me. Of Zombie Holocaust. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Woo!
Where we're
What's up?
How's your
Hello.
St. Patrick?
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day going, man?
It's St. Patrick's Day today?
Yes, it's
Yep.
March 17th.
Oh, that's cool.
I know how you feel. I don't drink, so this holiday means nothing to me.
Yeah, agreed. So I'm trying to repost this YouTube link, so give me 30 seconds.
Oh, you're good, man.
Oh, you're good.
1, 2, and almost. There we go. Okay, what's up? The interview started. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Woo!
It's the Caught in a Mosh Cast. What's up? I'm your host, Ridiculous Nicholas.
Just hell hijack.
Take the podcast.
He just
All
takes
right.
it over.
Mark's like, my baby again.
Not my baby, not like Nukem Dead days.
No. Okay. So Mark.
Sparky Marky, you want to go?
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
the first couple questions?
So, the first question I have is, what were the bands that influenced you in Zombie Holocaust?
Tower of Power, War, Steppenwolf. I don't know, tons.
I do like that War
Steppenwolf.
was in there.
Yeah,
Wars-
War's fantastic.
Hell yeah, man. So what'd you think of the Exodus cover of War?
It was alright. I mean, I love seeing, thrash stepping outside of the thrash genre to, play other types of music. So pretty cool that, they did Lowrider.
Right?
Yeah, that,
Yeah, that's a good cover. I like that cover.
Mm-hmm.
I like those songs.
I mean, I saw it live because I saw Exist live, and I believe they played that cover.
lucky.
It was dope.
Are you serious? That's badass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if I recall, they did play that cover.
That's great.
That show was amazing. That whole show was.
I mean,
That show was such
I
a
still
cool
have to
dude.
boast that I did get to see Exits and Testament play their first two albums in their entirety in San
Oh, yeah.
Francisco.
Hell yeah!
The day I got concussed, that was fun.
Yeah.
I got a concussion. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to a thrash metal show.
No,
It was at
I
the
got
show.
At the show. It was
Oh.
during Exodus.
Oh. Okay.
It was during. I
was
think it
saying,
was during Toxic Waltz too.
It was.
That's like the worst thing you could do is go to a thrash show with an already concussion.
Yeah, that
Did
was.
you guys go to the Exodus show that just recently happened in Oakland?
With
I
exhumed and
wanted
boneless
to.
ones. Nah, I couldn't. I had no money.
Yeah, that was like a
I
fantastic
sat-
show.
Yeah,
can
I
imagine.
seen some of the
That's it.
posts that Hatriot and Phantom Witch posted where Zetro was like, Hatriot, Phantom Witch, you guys are the fucking future. It was like, holy shit, what a shout out.
Good job, Phantom Witch.
Yeah, good job on them. Even though
Sadly,
Hatriot's the family band.
I live over in the cesspool that is Ohio.
Or
and
Elden
can't
Ring.
get Good, yeah, poor Elden Ring. It all takes place there.
Does it
I
really?
can't get to show.
Ohio is where Elden Ring takes place, or is that a joke? Wait, what? Okay.
All right, podcast is over. Bye, everybody. We're gonna go. No,
Yeah, that was good.
Mark, it does not.
It's a joke.
Elden Ring.
You know that's
Yeah,
about,
Ohio's full of dragons, magic, sorcerers, confessors, death, and more death.
Oh, we're talking about the clan or Ohio?
Sites of grace and runes.
fucking Eric. Did you hear Eric said? You talking about the clan or
No.
Ohio?
I mean, I'm sure that they exist somewhere in Ohio. That is a fucking racist ass state, and I hate it.
Who
Probably
wants
somewhere. Probably up in the northern area where there's nothing.
Who wants to take the next question?
I said the first two you get.
Oh yeah,
You get the
okay.
next question.
Okay, so the next question is, what is the coolest place and or places you Zombie Holocaust or any of your bands have toured at?
I don't know. Boise, Idaho was pretty cool. New York was pretty cool. Texas was fantastic. But we're talking about a while ago now, guys, so I don't really remember too much of this stuff. So I
Zombie.
would say
For
the
sure.
coolest place would be the last tour we went on was like 2013, and we were with
Damn.
Fatality. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, most places we went to were fantastic, and the places that you showed up and they were like a big, amazing venue generally were the crappy shows, and the
Really?
backyard like shed shack party houses where you didn't think too much about them were the best shows where people were hungry to rage and rock out and stuff. So
Oh hell yeah,
yeah,
man.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Solar Flare actually had a show just like that last Saturday. It was a small little venue in the middle of Dayton, Ohio, and it was a packed fucking house, and we tore the shit out of that place.
If you
yeah.
like,
It's the places that don't get a lot of metal and thrash coming through that like really appreciate it when people show up. So it's always
yeah.
the small ones that
Exactly.
are the best.
if you like killer power metal, you should check out Garion's band, Solar Flare.
Nice, I'll
Shameless
definitely.
plug.
Yep, send me the links. I'll check it out. I do love power metal. Hammerfall was one of my favorite bands in high school.
I would say
Nice.
it's more akin like to heavy metal with some power metal tendencies, like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Halloween, kind of around that ballpark. Metal Church maybe.
I was,
Yeah,
I
all
was gonna
good
say
stuff.
more like Mellow Church, yeah.
Oh yeah, all
Nice.
good shit.
Yeah, I'm firmly against sticking to just one style of metal or trying to fit in a box for a certain genre. It's like the best bands
Yeah.
sound a mixture of everything that you
Yeah.
enjoy.
For sure, like we're definitely an '80s style. that is definitely a box that we are in. But everything else, yeah, if you want to break it down by genres, it's a whole bunch of shit. But
Nice.
we're not here
Oh,
for
yeah.
me. We're here for you. So, I guess I'll take the next two questions here. Is there any chance or hope of Zombie Holocaust returning?
Yeah. I mean, why not? We're all still alive. We all still play music. I haven't sold any of my gear. Matter of fact, I've accumulated plenty more gear, which inspires me to write more music. But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know that we ever stopped. We more just kind of took a rest.
Hiatus.
We're still snoozing because it just feels good to relax.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I still write music. Joe still writes music. Dan still writes music. John and Jordan still, of course, write music. But everybody kind of one focused on their own things. I mean, each member has a different band, minus myself, and I kind of went and focused on my career more so than music. But yeah, I think when the time is right and the stars align, we'll be able to all be in a room together and jam out a new album.
Oh hell yeah, man.
It's like, when the stars align.
Really though, because it's five dudes to get together who all live in different parts of California. One as far as Los Angeles, the other as far as Auburn. So none of us live 30 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
Shit, I know how you feel. Our bassist lives 3 hours away.
Oh, same.
Yeah, that's how it is. sometimes.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
same. Our bassist is from Petaluma, or no, Santa Rosa. So
Santa Rosa.
Our drummer's like about 2 hours away, and then I'm like 45 minutes from where our shit is. So yeah, they're all kind of. It's not the same. We're all spread eagle around Ohio.
You need your stars to align, man.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
We try.
Oh,
We
yeah.
try to do it every weekend for practice. But I'm actually curious about this next question because they come up with this one, but I was like, because I love Cliff Burton. So how did Cliff Burton Day get its start, and also what is Cliff Burton Day?
So Cliff Burton Day originally was a proclamation by the Alameda County Board of Supervisors that February 10th would be Cliff Burton Day, a holiday in the county. So after that proclamation was made in all of Alameda County, my friend Robert Souza was the one who got all the petitions signed, went to the meetings, and got them to actually make that proclamation. I hit him up and I said, congratulations. And that's how the event got started because he was like, we should throw an event, man. And I was like, I am down with that. So the first year we just, got us, where did we go? We went to the Castro Valley School of Music. Shane was the owner. He let us rent it out for free. And people from all over. I mean, I don't know how far they came, but all of Cliff Burton's old homies came out to that, and it was super cool. And it was just a town hall meeting where everybody just stood in a room, got a microphone, and talked about Cliff Burton. And it was just something completely organic. And every year it's gotten a little bit different, or it grew. And because 2021 was the first year we did it over live stream. And then the numbers grew and more people started watching, and now it's something. Well, Metallica, the first year Metallica promoted it on like their website, but afterwards. But now as it continues to grow, they promote it for us leading up to the event. So it's just the question was, what is it? It's a celebration of the life of Cliff Burton.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That's really heartfelt. Holy crap!
Yeah, that was cool. I'm really happy that I get to be a part of it, and I get to be the guy who facilitates the conversation, because I'm from the same town as Cliff. So growing up, that's my role model, my hero, and getting to meet all the people that he knew is pretty life changing.
Scott was Scott Ian there? Because I know he has one of his rings.
We had Charlie Benante. He was one of the speakers this current year, which is super cool because I got to sit down with everybody and talk to them for like. A lot of them were like 3-hour long conversations that I condensed into, something that people can watch in one sitting. And Charlie Benante was super cool because I'm a huge Anthrax fan. So I got to talk to him about Anthrax, Star Wars, Married with Children, Simpsons, just all the cool shit that you would want to talk to Charlie Benante about.
You didn't talk to him about Starbucks? I know he loves Starbucks.
Oh, he does? If I would have known that, I used to work at Starbucks, I would have brought that up.
The guy, his snare drum, his heads and snare drum are custom made with like this specific Starbucks logo.
Yeah.
Really?
With, like the vampire teeth and shit. It looks like a Starbucks demon of the
I like Starbucks too, so I mean I would taste a guilty pleasure because it's not
into Starbucks.
It's not the best coffee in the world, but it's readily available. And like when you're traveling around or you just want something that's familiar, Starbucks is going to be the same every single time. It's basically McDonald's of coffee.
Condom Moshcast is not sponsored by Starbucks or Starbucks products.
Only Pete's Coffee.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but
You guys are sponsored though. What are you guys sponsored by?
Raise Energy.
Sick.
Yeah.
Does it taste good? How's it taste? Let's hear your endorsement.
It's actually really, really good for an energy drink. It's one of those energy drink brands that promotes no sugar in their drinks. It's more or less a like protein supplement type. It's like a workout drink, pretty much, is what it is. Because it comes from a fitness company called Rep Sports. And basically, it's an energy drink for people who are doing exercise and all that other good stuff.
That's cool. So it's caffeine and protein?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
How much protein is in it?
If I had a can on me, I'd tell you, but I don't know offhand. Now, what we really want to get sponsored by is Liquid Death Mountain Water.
Yeah, they sent us. By the way, you need to send me my cases.
I'm broke. Eric's gonna have to pay for that.
Liquid Death Water were very kind of us of themselves to send us a care package of like all their different flavors.
The
cases. Cool. I guess what 12 or 6 packs or whatever of each of their.
No, it was 12 packs.
Mark has all of them.
I had all of them.
And he's too broke to ship the 2 cases that I asked for.
You know what's funny is how expensive it would be to actually ship water. It's incredibly heavy, and it would be much cheaper for them to just send you like some coupons or even $5 to go get a couple bottles.
No, we also need to get sponsored by Stamps.com. That'll help.
That would tremendously help.
Yeah, that would, wouldn't it? Well, that's my 2 questions. Also, we're not sponsored by Stamps.com nor Liquid Death. Whatever that. Liquid Death Mountain Water. Thank you. I was trying to think of it. Eric, if you please cover number 5 and 6.
Well, technically you answered 5, so I'll go with 6. I mean,
you did.
I was going to ask, and I've been wanting to ask, how did Slaughtered by the Water get its start? Because I remember those shows were raging.
Man, you're asking way old questions now. That Slaughtered by the Water was in 2010. That was 12 years ago. Let's see. 2010, a buddy of mine named Brian, really cool dude. He and I were in a goth club called Death Guild, and we saw how many people were brought into that club. So we were like, I think between the 2 of us, we can pack a club like this ourselves. And so we kind of, just 2 young dudes, motivated enough by a drunken night out. Actually, no, we didn't drink back then. So a party night, and we booked the first show at the Oakland Metro. It was pretty cool because we had Toxic Holocaust, Laceration, Fueled by Fire, Bonded by Blood, ZH, Fog of War, Goalers, Knuckle Duster. There's like 10 or 12 bands on there. But it just started because two dudes wanted to make a concert. Second year it got bigger.
Yeah,
second year was one of my favorites. It just everything fell in place completely. By year 3, I was already ready to do something else because it takes a lot of work. It takes about a year of your life to throw a concert. So year 3, I told my team, I was like, hey, I'm not going to be involved this year. I'm going to try. I think I wanted to go to Europe, just something else for the summer because I mean it takes a whole year and it's a summer concert. So if you do it at the end of the summer, your summer's completely ruined. You have no time to do anything. Right. But last minute I came back on board, and that's why you started seeing like the videos and everything. And yeah, it was cool. I mean, I don't know. Slaughter was tight. It was something that I did when I was way young. Learned a lot of business, and it helped me where I am, today financially. That sounds weird. It helped me understand business better to be a better connoisseur of money, I guess. That didn't sound any better at all. But anyway, yeah, Slaughter by the Water. It was something I did a long time ago. It was cool because it taught me business. Boom. That's what I meant to say. We're live here. Go back and delete all that. Connoisseur of money.
A connoisseur of money sounds like something Donald Trump calls himself in the mirror.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, speak it into reality.
He just looks in the mirror and is like, I'm a connoisseur of money.
As he just counts his debt.
As he's putting on his fucking toupee, just
that small loan got me a lot of money.
You sounded more like Mayor Wiggham from Simpsons there, but
yeah, you did.
Well, I guess let me clarify then. To be a connoisseur of money, you have to realize that if you leave money sitting, it gets devalued essentially. So if you had, $100 from a couple years ago, it's worth far less today because of inflation. So what you're supposed to do is invest your money into investments that give you a return and have it grow. And learning business, that's what I took away from events like Slaughter by the Water and other business endeavors that I did.
So, off topic of that, so this, from their statements, this was on a battleship?
Year 3 was on a battleship, yeah.
On an aircraft carrier.
Aircraft carrier, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Inside of it.
I want to know where you go to get shit like that so we can go do that.
It's called Live in California, man. Live by the...
Oh, fuck, right?
Solar Flare is now a California band. No.
What was it? Mark, do you remember the power bikes?
The fucking power bike shit, bro. Oh my god. Power bike. Okay, yeah. I got a good story about that. If Nick, you're willing to listen. I was, so we were, this was like 2 or 3 bands before Zombie Holocaust went on. What we're talking about,
said no.
So what we meant by power bikes is these are literally like exercise bikes. There was like 20 of them, or like 15 or some shit, that in order to make the opener stage work, people had to sit there and pedal the power into the fucking stage. And
that sounds like some Fault 81 shit from Fallout 4.
So
you wouldn't be wrong.
Back to where I had just finished talking to Mosh from Fog of War, and fucking that's his nickname, Mosh. Fucking
okay.
And me and my buddy Justin look over, and we see this fucking 6'4" guy walking around with this really short chick, with big boobs on his shoulders, and she's holding a sign that says tits or no power, and she fucking flashes everybody on the bikes, and you just see them fucking going, and it was hella funny.
Fucking, the lights on the stage start fucking popping.
Yeah, that was a kick-ass show.
That portion of the event was free too.
Yeah. Anything on the dock was free besides merch and food.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you had to pedal. You had to create your own power. I'm not paying for your power.
Yeah.
Smart.
How did you manage rigging all that?
That was a really simple one. I mean, I brought in a stage company for that, and then I met up with this dude. named Paul Friedman who had a company called Rock the Bike, and at that time I was a really huge cyclist, and he presented the idea that he can power a metal stage, and we did some tests and it worked out pretty well, except for one band had keyboards and more stuff than what we measured for, so unfortunately their set got cut short. But I don't know, it was just something fun, and like I said, I mean, Slaughter by the Water got to a point where it was really big, and I didn't want it to be a big commercial corporate event, so to compromise, I was like, well, then the first half of the day from 12 to 8 or whatever is going to be free for the public outside. It'll be smaller bands, and I want my band to headline it, opposed to going inside and playing with the big headliners. So that's why we did it outside, free stage, just to try to make it accessible for everybody. The only problem was it was in Alameda, way far away from anything.
Oh, God,
so it's hard for people to get to. Yeah, so I don't know, just different things you learn.
I'm guessing Alameda.
Take a shit on me.
Yeah, we saw.
So we were listening to Nick's awesome story this whole time, and then Eric brought it up, and we noticed that you're just sitting here like this.
The whole time, like, for like a good minute. I'm like, wait.
Few minutes, actually. Legit, I thought you were just sitting there listening with a stupid fucking face the whole fucking time.
No,
So
my computer decided to just go and then freeze up. No, I was like, in the middle of talking about Alameda, just fucking... I'm like, oh,
I
man.
thought your ass was legit just listening the whole time until I was like, oh no, he's fucking frozen.
And this is all live on air, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look, it's for the memes. It's for the memes.
Gary, I'm gonna just add a question I'm just gonna ask. So, Nick, what do you think of the new Star Wars movie that came out, like, 2 years ago? Or 3 years ago?
Which one in
Rise
particular?
of Skywalker?
Rise of Skywalker, did you go see that one?
I did not.
Why would... Good, don't.
Oh, my God.
Let me explain you why I did not.
I want to hear it, that's why.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what was the first one that came out with Disney? By Disney?
Force Awakens.
7.
That one's
Force Awakens.
okay.
Okay, 7. Okay, so Force Awakens 7. And I go to see that movie. First night I see it on the debut, the premiere, in my full Jedi attire. Super stoked.
Dope.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing. But then I go and watch it again the second time, and not as excited, of course, because I've already seen it. I'm like, wait a second, this is just a remake. No, it's a remake. It's a new hope. It's rebranded. Everything. If you want to like match up each character and each story plot, like it's all the exact same thing. So I literally went in the theater and like I watched it probably like 7 times. What I do when I really like a movie, I was like, dude, I don't really like this. And if the next movie sucks, like I'm done with this Disney Star Wars. So I go and watch the next movie. Which actually, no, I take it back, which was Rogue One. Rogue One was fantastic. So it gave me a little bit more faith in Star Wars. I saw the Han Solo movie. I only saw it once. It was whatever. I just went to go see it with the homie. I didn't have high hopes of it. But the next one after that, which was number 8, I believe, and what was that called?
Last
You're
Jedi.
right. Last Jedi.
That was Last Jedi. Yeah, after watching that one, I was like, I'm done, dude. This sucks. I do not like the Disney franchise owning Star Wars. I saw it once and I was like, dude, never again. This shit is garbage. But to be fair though, and Mandalorian came out and I was like, I guess I'll watch it. Whatever. I mean,
Mandalorian's fantastic.
Season 1 was cool. I was like, this is all right. This is kind of cool. I dig this a little bit. But it wasn't until season 2 that I go, all right, guys, I'm back, dude. I'm full blown into Star Wars again. Disney, you guys did it right. What is it, John Favreau or whatever that dude's name
John
is?
Favreau.
Oh,
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, so whatever that dude is directing or has his hands in the pot kind of thing, I'll watch. But the other stuff, not into at all.
I feel it, dude.
So.
It's John Favreau and Dave Filoni. And Dave Filoni,
that's the other dude.
Yeah, he does all the animated Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, those dudes those dudes feel like Star Wars fans who wrote Star Wars films, whereas the other stuff just felt like, oh, we need to be relevant in today's modern age.
Have you seen Book of Boba Fett yet?
Yeah, it was good. How many episodes? Let's say there's 6 episodes. I really, really like 3 of those, and then the other 3, I was like, this is starting to feel like Disney Star Wars again. It's weird.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, Mandalorian season 2 is way better than Book of Boba Fett, but I love Boba Fett, obviously.
Obviously.
Book of Boba Fett. I would say the episode I really didn't like was the one with the fucking Power Ranger scooters.
Why do they have speeder bikes? They have like swoop troop style speeder bikes on Tatooine, and they gave them Vespas, colorful Vespas.
Right?
Like everything's
Yeah.
destroyed on that planet.
And it's like this, and then they do this really slow ass car chase, and I'm like, this is the most awkward car chase I have ever fucking seen.
And then
In
the
any
dude
movie.
Twi'lek, his head looks like a butt.
Right?
Like I'm sitting here, well, he's supposed to be that one
He's a
alien
Twi'lek.
species, right?
Twi'lek.
Yeah, Twi'lek, thank you. And I'm
But they
sitting here looking
they
at
framed it
this,
so it
like,
looks like a weird butt.
I know.
yeah. When I watch the car chase, I'm sitting here like I could walk up to the guy driving that they're chasing and just be like, "Hey, get out of the car." And I'm just like walking casually. That's how I felt. How slow this shit was.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, man. Like,
But then Robert Rodriguez. I'm sorry. This was Star Wars. Damn it. This is my territory.
And Eric's.
Fucking. The second episode that Robert Rodriguez did, the finale on Boba Fett, was much better, but it still had that awkward Robert Rodriguez fucking directing in it.
oh yeah,
There's some
that
hokey stuff, but it was it was good. I'm
He-
happy
Boba
to see
Fett-
Boba Fett riding up on a Rancor.
He chooses a Rancor over Slave One to destroy a badass ship. Like he could have
Right.
easily been like, "Yo,
I agree-
Slave One, dude, boom."
I agree, but it was still badass as shit seeing
I-
Boba Fett
I
ride
get-
a
I mean,
fucking Rancor.
I'm watching that with open mind because I'm happy that me and my son can watch a Boba Fett thing together. Like I didn't think that would ever happen, and like I literally wrote the lyrics that Boba Fett crawls out of the Sarlacc pit to
Yep.
become more thick, and you see that on the screen. So like I'm super all about Book of Boba Fett, but there's just these little things where I'm just like, come on, like that little spin move when the dude is like carrying
Yeah,
the
that
Wookiee.
was
And he,
so
like,
stupid. I was
Like,
like,
why would we,
even
like-
I, when I was watching the premiere, I'm like, was that necessary? Like,
right?
it wasn't necessary at all. Like, Boba
Like,
Fett's going
oh,
and seeking other. He's trying to get mercenaries, like people who are like badasses, like himself, obviously. But he gets a bunch of little kids, like the singer of Paramore is like one of them. Like that's, like, I don't understand why it's like it's turning into like a bubblegum pop show. It's like the best episodes of Boba Fett were the ones with Din Djarin in it, the Mandalorian episodes.
Yep.
Yep.
Those two episodes were the best
Oh,
Mandalorian episodes.
It was Chef's
that were
kiss.
that Boba Fett show.
They were perfect. Like I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
they
you know what?
were.
Boba Fett is sick and he looks amazing and he's still my favorite bounty hunter. But we call him Mando in this house. Mando, like he looks even more badass than Boba Fett. dude.
Oh,
Like he's
right.
carrying the torch for Mandalorians for me, which is cool. You know, maybe
For
like let
God's
Boba
sake.
Fett do his thing. Mando's sick.
Also, Disney is absolutely milking the shit out of Mandalorian. I saw at GameStop there are waffle makers and toasters. Shaped
Hey, but
and
George
or
Lucas
made.
did the same thing though. George Lucas was
Oh,
the king
God,
of merchandise.
Like I saw GameStop was a fucking waffle maker that's in the shape of Grogu's head. I'm like, come on, that's awesome.
Yeah.
don't worry, my uncle has some very fun merch that I should
I
bring
wanted
on.
to buy it, but I didn't because I gotta be an adult and not be bad with money.
I mean, you can be
But-
adult and bad with money, so.
Yeah, don't see Rise of Skywalker. Just watch all the parody videos.
Oh, exactly.
Actually, you know what, Mark?
Oh.
I got a perfect video for you to send Nick here. Let me find it real quick.
Is it
Why don't-
CinemaSins?
Dude,
No.
CinemaSins is hella funny. Ding!
No, it's a parody cartoon of it, and it's funny as hell. It's by Johnny
Oh
F.
boy.
and Means
Oh, I know who you're talking about. That's gonna be great.
Gaming. I'm gonna send the. Here we go. Yeah, it's called Emperor Palpatine is a moron, and it's you want the whole summary of that movie in one fucking like 5-minute cartoon. There you go.
Perfect.
That's the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I asked people like what happened with it because I never cared to even watch that movie.
It's
It's so bad. It's so bad.
So the biggest injustice that we get from that movie is when they try to push a whole new lot of characters on us, which I get it. You know, you want the franchise to continue, but please give us a farewell to our actual heroes that we watched for those movies because we never got Han, Luke, and Leia together again before anybody passed away. and
Mhm.
you're never going to be able to get that. So it's like, I mean, I guess we can now with modern CGI, but they completely force fed us these new characters that I didn't care about at all, dude.
With Last Jedi, the one part with Leia that really, I was in the theater
Oh,
for that. One part
That she
God.
flies through
Dang.
space.
She became
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
She became
I was
God
like-
at that point.
She just died. She just died before that came out, and I saw this, and she gets shot out into space, and she starts freezing. I'm like, it's bitter.
They're sending her off. Yeah, they're sending her
it
off
was
in
a good
way.
setup.
Sending her
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, but no,
And
she
then
comes back and like flies.
And then I
Yeah.
see her
I was
eyes
like, what
fucking
the
open
fuck?
up, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And then she's just Supermans her shit back to the ship. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what in the blue fuck did I just see?
Oh,
Yeah, I almost
said
said,
that in the
done.
theater.
dude,
Yeah,
I
people in
almost
the
said,
theater
what
around
the
me.
fuck?
Yeah, people in the theater around me were like, yeah, what the hell? They were fucking
Even
just,
my
like,
uncle, who's a diehard
flabbergasted.
Star Wars fan, and doesn't say anything bad, he was like, what just happened?
Yeah, that was so, and I feel bad for Finn because
Oh.
Finn could have been a great character, as he could have been a stormtrooper turned Jedi, and they
But
didn't
nope.
fucking do it. They teased it hella in the Force Awakens,
Yeah,
but they didn't.
Seriously,
They just-
man.
In Last Jedi, they just threw him in a casino side story no one gave a fuck about. And then
That
the
didn't-
third movie, and then in the third movie, all he does in the third movie is just yell "Ray." That's it. That's the whole movie for him. And then he rides a horse on top.
I would have no remorse.
Him and a bunch of other random fuckers ride horses,
Oh,
alien
this scene.
horses, on top of a Star Destroyer in an atmosphere.
Yeah, I was like, in the atmosphere, as they're still going up into.
That's all I'll say about that.
yeah, that's 2 hours of my life that I will not give to Disney. So,
Yeah, that's.
Amen on that one.
yeah,
But
so the answer to your question is hard pass on the last Star Wars movie. That was great.
Yeah, that long ass spread that definitely took up about 30 minutes.
Mark, you can get question 7.
Question
Yeah, I
7.
don't want to talk about Zombie Holocaust. I want to talk about Star Wars. And Power
Hell yeah,
Rangers.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look, we're
Yeah.
talking about all kinds of stuff on here, so it's not
Oh,
just
yeah.
metal.
It's
But,
like metal,
Mark,
video
be-
games, movies, whatever.
Current events. Be sure to send him that link I sent, by the way, Mark.
I
He
did.
needs to see that.
You did.
Okay.
So, what were your aspirations for becoming a musician or an artist? I
Be a
believe
connoisseur of money.
Yeah. And what were your aspirations to be a connoisseur of money?
Money.
money.
Money. I mean, who else? Why else would you get into being in a metal band if it wasn't for the money?
Because I love it.
We-
No.
In the entire time we've been on Spotify, we've made $13.04.
Oh,
Yeah,
We're moving on up, dude.
Solar flares maybe
Did he
about
say-
50 cents.
fuck
Solar flares
Spotify.
probably made like 10 cents.
You know, we have given away so much of our merchandise and albums. Like our first demo, I guess I would call it, Massive Attack EP was the title. We couldn't sell that thing. No one was buying it. So we ended up by just giving like stacks of it away to different people. Like, can you give this away in your town and so on. So it's never ever been about the money. Strike Force, we still we print out 1,000 of those things, and we still give those out to like just random strangers who like have any kind of metal regalia on at all.
Oh yeah.
On the last time we even played a show was 2019. At the end of the show, we opened up our merch and we're like, "It's all free. Take what you want." And like, because we're tired of lugging it around, so it's never been about like making a dollar. It's always about having people hear what you made. Because I mean, you make something cool, you're particularly proud of it. You want people to listen to it, and that's it, really.
Damn, and I paid
I are on the
$40
same
for that
page
hoodie.
You paid $3.
No. I paid $40 for that hoodie.
Gross. I wouldn't have paid $40 for a hoodie that has 2 letters on it.
Yeah, well, your merch guy charged me $40 for that shit. So
Mark gonna show up at his house with a bat. Where's my money?
at
So
least
I want $37 back, please.
Oh god.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that front. For me, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it is like you're also there to make money. But to me, I'm like what I always wanted to do in my life when I started getting into music was to inspire people or just make people happy and have a good time. Like,
Right.
not in that way, Eric. Shut up. And I get to see that. Like, we did a big show, and it was really nice to see. They were like teenagers and stuff, like at the front, but I could see we were on a big stage, and they were like down below, and I could see them when I was doing my solo, and their faces of like pure, like what's the word, awe,
Mm-hmm.
was it choked me up inside a little bit because I was happy that I entertained them.
Right.
I gave them a night to remember and maybe to possibly inspire them to be musicians themselves. And yeah, that's all I wanted to do. And
Very
I want to
noble.
keep doing it. But
Oh, yeah.
you know, also make money on like there's nothing
Get a
wrong with
connoisseur of
making
money.
money in a band as long as
Yeah,
you don't
and
put
if
that.
if you can make the band make money for itself, that's the way to do it. So every dollar we ever made just goes back into the band fund, and it pays for tours, pays for merch, pays
Yep.
for
Yep.
printing and all that. So
Exactly
I mean,
what we do.
some people being in a band is like their life.
Hobby.
For Zombie Holocaust dudes, it's it's our golf is the way we explain it. It's a way we let off steam. It's something we meet up with the boys and have a fun time doing, but it's not our entire lives. So if you don't have to pay for it and it doesn't cost you money, then it's a win-win, I guess.
More power to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Who did the last question?
Mark.
I did.
Do you want to take the last one?
Yeah, sure. Oh,
Okay.
there's
Well,
yeah.
just go with that.
What other
Yeah, that
band?
last one you got there, Mark, is not gonna work.
No, it's
You already
not.
technically answered that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he did.
Well, have we talked about Fog of War yet? When are we gonna get a Fog of War return? That'd be great.
We should talk about Fog of War. Mosh, if you're watching, the world wants Fog of War back. I want Fog
Fuck
of
yeah.
War back. There is
Fuck
no
yeah.
ZH without Fog of War. We were absolute sister bands. How many members from ZH played in Fog of War? How many Fog of War members played in ZH? So we need you back, dude. We need you back.
I was talking to
Well-
Wink recently,
Ooh,
and
how that one
What
go?
did he have to say?
yeah, he sent me in my email or was it my email? No, he sent me in Messenger actual track for a new Fog of War song, and I was like, bro, this is, and as my dad would say, tits up, like. This is the shit. Like, this sounds amazing. Why haven't you guys put it out yet? And he's like, dude, you know how Fog of War rolls. It takes us like 5 years to put out an entire album.
That's true. That's true. We were definitely the same way. Fog of War and ZH were so super close, especially as far as how long it takes us to do anything as a band. But like we said, stars align, dude. It's hard to get 5 dudes in a room to do anything. So
Yeah.
I think they'll come back out if we keep like pushing for. I looked at their Spotify and they had like tons of monthly listeners, like way more than a lot of other bands that were bigger and on major labels too. So I definitely think they come back. And like Fog of War for me is my favorite local band and just Bay Area band, 80s, 90s, 2000s together combined because they're so incredibly talented. Like listen to that first album. It's like, damn, dude, you guys, that's your guys' first album? That's like years beyond anything that ZH has ever created. And then their second album's amazing. They covered Bubba Fett on their EP and we're like, guess we can't play that song anymore because they make us sound like we suck. So yeah, Fog of War definitely needs to come back. Like if they come back, Mosh, I'll get a Fog of War tattoo right on my butt.
Oh, there you go. We gotta
Wait,
clip that and send that to him.
On your butt or up your butt?
On his butt.
Well, it depends on how big it is. I mean, it could go either way. You know, so
Yeah.
maybe both butt cheeks. Who knows?
Just get Fog of War.
Yeah,
Have
the up
you-
is in the middle.
Yeah.
No,
Make your butthole be the O for up.
See, we're on to something. It's these brainstorming things that really get it going.
So,
Yeah.
so you know,
So,
other bands of the era of that time that I'm just gonna shoot out there, you know, that were
Oh, no.
around. Fucking, you know, you've got Hexen,
Devastator.
Devastator, Now Blessed Curse, Witch Haven, Merciless Death, Exhumer, you know, all the greats from that time, including you guys in Fog of War. So
Oh yeah, dude, just that whole California scene was
pop and
became
Fueled by
more.
Fire, Bonded by Blood too. Fuck, bro. Like, good shit came out when the new wave of thrash came around. Like,
Oh
I
god,
mean,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it was cool. What year? What did we say? 2008, maybe.
to
Oh,
that
708.
The
06
new
through
wave of American thrash started in 2005, I believe.
05 through
Oh,
08.
yeah, Municipal Waste.
Well, so there's Municipal Waste and Toxic Holocaust and Devastator all doing something around the same time prior to any other bands doing it. And then we started seeing bands like Armored Assassin and Merciless
Oh.
Death come from LA, and they were the first two that were on that I've seen. And this is we're talking about like MySpace days. Then of course Fueled by Fire, Bonded by Blood, Vindicator, Hatchet, Fog of War, then ZH. ZH was 2006 is when we came out. Fog of War was 2004, I believe. So it was all just kind of around the same time. But the thing is, most music genres come in waves of 10 and 20 years. And this was a 20-year mark, which most people didn't really realize because the height of thrash was 1986. And the main return of that new wave of thrash was 2006. So, and then that's why we kind of see it coming back again today with Fueled by Fire and Bonded by Blood coming back because it was like 2012 when it pretty much died. Now it's
Oh, yeah.
2022, and it's another 10-year wave of when things are nostalgic or relevant again, I guess I would say. So we might see a new wave of thrash come back, but like I don't know. I think a lot of these bands are older and more mature that we are not just trying to fit into a thrash box anymore. Because you start writing different things, you listen to different kind of music, it starts to sound different. So I bet you New Bonded by Blood's not going to sound like old Bonded by Blood, and New Fueled by Fire is not going to sound like New Fueled by Fire. The band that changed the most and changed was good before and good now is Laceration. They completely evolved into like a death thrash type of band.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I know their
A
logo
lot of people
completely
also-
changed. I seen
Yeah,
that.
it reflects their music style.
One people also forget that Solar Flare is currently trying to ride this bandwagon is the new wave of traditional heavy metal as well. That
Oh, yeah.
started at the same time as that new wave of thrash. Bands like Enforcer, Cauldron, Bullet,
Yeah.
Goathorn.
White Wizard,
Skullfist.
Goathorn, which is called Goathorn was Cauldron before Cauldron.
Oh yeah.
Skullfist, and that kind of started getting traction in 2010s. And it's still hitting pretty strong now. Enforcer's on like their fucking 6th album, I think.
Damn.
Skullfist is on their 4th. Or 5th, I can't really remember. But like, and then I think
Cauldron's
Ghost.
pumping out,
I hate to
too.
say it, but even though Ghost, I don't really consider. No, I mean they're kind of metal if you really listen to them, like the stuff
Oh,
that's
they're
not on
metal.
the fucking radio. They had a traditional style of metal that did actually bring it to mainstream and what it is. So like I'm happy that they did that. And a lot of people are gonna be all hateful. I mean, it's like Ghost are just Scooby Doo music.
Scooby Doo chase
don't-
music.
And no, like the Ghost, the shit that's not on the radio, is obviously gonna be the most calm, quiet, basic white bread toast shit. But if you listen to the stuff that's not, it's fantastic. It's some of the heaviest shit that they have on there. And it's not on the radio because the radios suck. So, but that helped bring all that whole thing together. And we're trying to ride that bandwagon with because we're playing the same type of stuff. I guess we're trying to do a modern twist, but I don't really know what that twist is, to be honest. We're just playing what we like. That's
Oh, yeah.
honestly what we do. But yeah, the new wave of traditional heavy metal started about the same time as the new wave of American heavy metal or thrash metal, whichever way you want to call it, or New Watham and New Wam.
Then New
I don't
Mom.
Either way, it's fantastic to see all this come back again and start getting back in the limelight. Like, metal is still in the underground, at least the majority of it, which is nice in its own way because it's not tainted like it did in the glam metal days. There's some glam metal bands that still kind of had that metal sound. Dokken, fucking, who else? Motley Crue, in the early Motley Crue. quote, like Shout at the Devil in the first album.
Wasp.
Yeah, Wasp. I'd say Wasp too.
Wasp got lumped in there a lot, so you have to count them.
Yeah, and then they went industrial kind of sounding for a while in the 90s.
A little bit.
Which is, yeah. But or like Sabotage. I love Sabotage.
Oof. I was gonna say. Go on.
I'm sorry, Eric. I agree with you on the cycle. It all is a cycle. It's 20 or 30 years. The shit will come back around, and it's been coming back around since 2010, and it'll last probably till 2030, and then it's gonna be stopped, and then we're gonna be back into the other cycle of rap and hip hop or whatever the fuck pop crap we got right now again, and then yeah, it's just it all repeats. Well, until the nukes drop or whatever the hell that happens. It's probably soon. Considering current events. But anyone else got anything else to say?
I was gonna say, man. I'll go for it.
Well, I was gonna say, how old were you guys in 2006 when the new thrash started coming about?
I was 14.
14, 11? Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Mark?
Oh, about 11,
11.
yeah.
Damn, really? When was the first time you went to Gilman? Or when was the first time you saw ZH?
First time...
Mark, how old are you?
27. About to be 27 next month.
Okay, that's right. I keep thinking you're my age. Am I the oldest one here?
Well, no. Obviously, Nick's older than you, but out of the three of us, yes, you are.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, Nick. How old are you, Nick?
I'm 35.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not that much. I'm 29, so I'll be 30 this year. Yay. But go on, Mark.
ZH. When did you see ZH first?
Yeah.
No, when was the first time I seen ZH? Was Slaughtered by the Water. That was the first
Slaughtered
time.
by the Water.
Yeah.
The first one?
No,
mine
the
was the
third
first
one.
one.
The third one for me was.
The third one. Wow.
Yeah, the third one, actually, believe it or not, was my first ever thrash show. Like, thrash or metal show. Like,
yeah, it was.
No way.
It.
That's awesome.
If it wasn't for my buddy Justin, or Eric, for that matter, fucking, I wouldn't be where I am today. I'd still be a stupid little emo scene kid that my ex created. Fucking,
yeah, that was going to be one of my questions, is how did you go from
a little emo
scene kid to thrash kid? Well, no, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory way, because I used to be a thrash guy, and many years went by, and one of my favorite bands is at the Drive-In Sparta, Mars Volta, so similar to the type of music that you may have listened to.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Mars Volta's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
Anti-Mass is another one. I love anything with Cedric and Omar, really.
I mean, I was going from bands like, Asking Alexandria, Chelsea Grin, Suicide Silence, Pierce the Veil, Motionless in White, into...
I asked because the two styles of music are so different from each other. Like, where was the transition between the two? And you're saying it was Slaughtered by the Water 3?
It was, okay, so that helped, because that was when I seen Exodus live the first time, and shortly, Eric, a year before that, I was heavily listening to Fabulous Disaster by Exodus, and
and Asking Alexander, both of them were on his playlist.
That Fueled by some songs off of Fueled by Fire's Spread the Fire album. Your guys' song Boba Fett was in there. Bonded by Blood's Feed the Beast was also in there. But I was Metallica and Slayer, obviously.
Havoc.
But
I remember Havoc.
Havoc was a big one. But I would have to say the one that pushed, the two actually that pushed it the most was Exodus's Fabulous Disaster and Gamma Bomb's Citizen Brain. Were the two that really pushed me over into the thrash scene, to where for a while, this isn't how I am now, but for a while I was your typical thrasher that was, oh, fuck emo kids, fuck scene kids, they're all posers, for at least, Eric, a good 2 or 3 years? 2 3 years I was like that. And then eventually, I
told him to stop, and
well, not just because of you, Eric. Fucking,
I know.
One day I just, I felt like throwing on one of my old emo scene kid metalcore songs, and I was like, I forget how good actually some of this, the old metalcore was, and now my whole playlist is, death grind, thrash, metalcore, death metal, deathcore. Like it's a whole bunch of shit now, and it's like if any of the metal elitists out there are like, oh well, metalcore and deathcore shit, and you know makes you posers. It's like fuck you, dude. I like what I like.
Don't point at me.
Like you know, I'm not pointing at you. I'm going like this. I'm going like this. He can't see it, but you can. But you know, it's one of those. You know, fuck you. I like what I like, and if you don't like it, you know, fuck you. Pretty much. It's what I want to listen to. You shouldn't be dissing on me for what I like compared to what you're saying I should like. You know.
But okay, but what if I don't like what you like? That what if I don't like that you listen to this stuff and I want to? I'm just kidding. I can't even finish.
So I was kind of like Mark in that sense when I heard, like, I saw you guys live. I was like, damn, man, because I was going to shows early.
Eric's been going to shows way longer before I have. He's the dude you want to talk to about what was your first like show or whatever.
I mean, my first show, like hard rock show, was Joan Jett back in 04, 05.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then my first actual metal show was Lamb of God and Metallica. So
Nice.
That's elite.
And was Slaughtered by the Water 3 also your first CH show?
yeah, first Slaughtered by the Water was my first CH. I was like, dude, what the fuck have I been missing out on?
The
See,
first.
that's a bummer because that was already the decline of.
No, he said
2013 was the death of it completely.
No, he said the
2008
first.
and 2009.
He said the first Slaughter by the Water.
I was the first.
Oh, you were the first one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2010 was a solid year. 2012 was good as well, but it already started. I feel like it was kind of dying by 11 and 12. 2010 was probably the last year of like that big scene.
Peak.
We had all the it was the peak of it essentially.
Oh, yeah.
2008, 2009, like Gilman days, dude. Gilman would be sold out, and like it would just be a giant pit, the entire floor. And like now you go to a ZH show at Gilman, and it's like 4 people there. Like where'd everybody go? It's like, well, we all got older, dude.
Oh yeah,
but that's cool that you saw us on the first one. The first one was amazing. That was a good show. The second one was cool, and
I wish I went to the second one.
The second one was cool. It was in a giant place. So
that's what I heard. Cause I remember I went to when I went to 3, and I was talking to my friend who went to the second one. He was like, "Dude, you missed out. Like you have to rub salt in the wound." I know, man. So
yeah, that one was cool. Yeah.
All right. Well. I think at this point, everybody, we can say this is the end of the podcast. But thank you all for joining us in the pit today. We will see you all in the next one.
Bye.
St. Patrick's Day.
Also, thank you, Nick, for joining us on this.
That was fun. How long did we go for?
We went just over an hour.
Yeah, it's over an hour.
Very cool. We touched base, and Mark, I have to say, I like what you said about who cares what you listen to because it's what you like, and that ties with the very first question you asked me. What were my influences? And none of those were metal bands, dude. So I appreciate what you said.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, man.
Cool. With that being said, good night, you guys. This was a super fun convo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
You guys, you're more than welcome to come
go ahead.
back. If you want to just chit chat and bullshit, you're more than welcome to come back and hang out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, judging that you got me on St. Patty's Day, I'll take the next major holiday too.
Hell yeah.
Easter.
Easter.
Yeah, it's Easter, isn't it?
The resurrection of Jesus. Let's do it.
Bye, guys.
Hell yeah.
All right, duders.
Have a good one.